What's up, That felt weird. I mean, not to do that again. Okay, so welcome to the #1 show that no one is watching. It's gonna be fun. So as you know, if you've been following us, everybody knows my name.
Everybody knows your name.
Did I just play the Cheers theme song? Because I wanted to. If you guys remember last time, I'm trying to find a specific issue of Nintendo Power Magazine that involved the Super Mario RPG. Okay? So this was the first one I got, issue 83, which I thought it was. Issue 82 was the very first Nintendo Power Magazine that Super Mario RPG was featured in as the feature article. So I just thought naturally, in things I looked up, that 83 would be the one that had what I was looking for. So I ordered this one first. 83 was not it. Next, I get this one, which is, what is this, 94? This is volume 86. So 83, 84, 85, 86. Okay. So 86 came in, the year was July 1996. That's when this one came out. Okay? Cool beans. So, wasn't the right one. It had some cool stuff in it. It had this map in it. Never forget. Hashtag never forget for this picture. It didn't have it, okay? So then finally the third one came. And the third one, here it is. Okay, so Nintendo Power. I remember the front of this book as if it was the front of my book. So this one is awesome. I remember this book so much growing up that all I would have to do is have to see this in person and I'd be like, that's the book. So I'm going to, that's recording. I'm going to try to do this well. So right off the bat, I used to love this picture so much. There must have been like plushies or something that just made this come alive, but I loved the look of it. Here we go, the power charts. The top 64 is Mario 64, Shadows of the Empire, and Mario Kart. Incidentally, the only games on the N64. Top for NES was Diddy Kong, Legend of Zelda, and Mario RPG. We're onto something, I thought, as I sat alone in my room pondering and thinking and dreaming. Who cares about Game Boy? Turok was a sweet game. I was so confused by it, and I hated the music, and I hated the gameplay, and I hated the fog. I hated you could only see 3 feet in front of you. Never into sports games. Time trials. Oh, I remember this. I love Mario Kart 64. If you don't have it, if you haven't played it, go do it. You gotta love yourself first. Oh, here's some codes. Donkey Kong Country 3, lives, music color, harder, activate extra hard mode. Cruising USA, I used to love doing this. They have faster versions of 2 cars. I remember that. It was like a school bus and police car. Wave Race. I played Wave Race at my cousin John's house when I was young and loved it. So when I got my N64 in 1998, I think it was, I didn't get it right away. I wasn't that kid who got things right away. Wave Race was the first one I picked up at a GameStop or one of those. Doom 64. I was a bigger fan of the Quakes. I had Quake 2. That was my Chewy chainsaw. Yes. I shared some of this on the Facebook group, the fans of Earthbound. I was so freaking pumped up when I saw this issue and I'm like, Earthbound 64? Yes. I beat the game, or I was beating the game, or I don't know. I got to the point where I'm like, this is incredible, and it's going to come out and I'm going to love it. I'm looking so much forward to it. It never came out. Drug us along for years. Little tidbit for you. It became Mother 3 eventually. Some of these characters are used. They're used. Dr. and Donuts in there, of course, Mr. Saturn, the band. Oh yeah, okay, so that's Duster's band. That became Mother 3. It was this for a while. Nintendo 64 had a disc drive that they were going to release. No, it was never released at all. People have prototypes of them. One of them was going to be a new Zelda game, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but one of them was going to be Earthbound 64 and Harvest Moon. Something I gotta play. That's on my 2 playlist. I never played it growing up because it didn't seem like one of those games that I was going to be too invested with, so I never bought it. But yeah, here's some more Earthbound stuff. If you guys are here for Earthbound, I feel like Super Mario RPG and Earthbound are so kind of similar when it comes to game, because I know they're both RPGs, but they're both like non-typical RPGs, like your medieval RPGs, your Final Fantasy kind of thing. They're like their own thingaroo. So I don't know. They're my 2 favorite games. Link's Awakening for Game Boy. I have this. I have never played it. I should bring it to work. No one will expect me to be on a Game Boy at work. This is what I love to see. When I was younger, I would read over this all over again. So Nintendo Award nominations. I'm going to find all the ones that Super Mario RPG and I'm going to vote for it. Best soundtrack, Super Mario RPG. Best story, Super Mario RPG. Best graphics, Super Mario RP frickin' G. Best challenge. No, it wasn't that challenging. Best ending, Super Mario RPG. Whoop whoop. Those gameplay variety, Super Mario RPG. Dude, it made all these lists. Best sports game, didn't make that list. More annoying than the Macarena Award. Best Super Nintendo game, Super Mario RPG's on there. Okay. The reason I'm stalling so much in this section is because finally, lo and behold, we get to what I was looking for. Beat the Boss Special Super Mario RPG. This was the part in the game where me and my sister would take this guide, she'd lay it flat on our basement floor when the TV was right next to the stairs and an entertainment system that weighed 300 pounds, and we had an RCA TV that we had to adjust the color, that I would mess it up sometimes and the color would be off for the next 6 months. We'd sit there, we'd get to a boss, she would say, these are the stats, and she'd have a calculator there with her total HP, and every time I hit them, she'd minus. Every time they healed, she'd plus. And we would do that all the way through the game. And we would reference this book. And the reason that I don't have that book is because we flipped the pages so damn much that they wore away, and it just became unreadable. It was such a cool thing to me. Because I loved this game, and they had this available. As you're a kid, you're playing these bosses, and they're hard to beat. You can't, like, why won't they die? And you use Psychopath from Mellow, and 500 HP left. Oh. So we have Hammer Bros, Mac, Balloon, Boyer. Let's call him Boyer. Still do. Punchinello, Knife Guy, Great Guy. And then we have the mid-game ones. Heck yeah. Chief Forte, Bunt, Raspberry, King Calamari, Jonathan Jones, who is bad. The sunset at the end of Super Mario RPG, when he's looking out. And also the ending of Diddy Kong 2, the best pictures in Super Nintendo. Mark it. Yardovich. I guess Smilax. Birdo, Dodo, and Valentina. I always thought they were, but I was related to Sonny and Cher. Anybody else? Or Boris and Natalia from Bullwinkle. Tsar Dragon. Not Caesar Dragon. It's Tsar Dragon. Tsar Dragon. As in like the Tsar of Russia. This is Tsar Dragon. And then I turned into Zambone. Which, Axum Rangers, they are what made my life hell. I remember playing it through so many times. Exor. Shizor? What is this? Shadows of the Empire? Exor. If you guys don't know this, if you're at Exor, okay, all you have to do is you put Gino on your party, and when it's his turn, you do Gino Whirl, you hit it, you hit the button match action kind of thing. As it's hitting, it'll do 9999 damage the whole time battle's over. It's like the best glitch in a game, because it's like boom 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 boom. Okay, so I'll go on record saying that I'm not a big fan of the factory stage. The same way that I wasn't that into the Cave of the Past in Earthbound, I don't like games that end dark. It's such a colorful game. I know when I talk it out, it's going to be like a point. Like, of course, the game has to get dramatically more difficult, and then emotionally difficult, and then visibly difficult. Looks so. But I've always liked a game to keep up with that. I don't know. I'm being picky, I know. And I think I'm coming around to it the older I get, but I've always liked the factory was too long, it's too dark. Both Earthbound and Super Mario RPG have dark end stages that you have to fight the hardest guys in the game to get through. It is such a bitch to go backpedal through platforming, get back into the real world if you want to get back to that game. So it's pretty much, you're there, you power through. Where the rest of the game, you can back up, you can buy fireworks, you do those tricks, you can upgrade things, you can play mini games. You're kind of locked in. Not only that, the fact that you do this countdown guide, you do Domino, and you do Cloaker, and then you do the Snake, Mad Adder, and Earthlink, Earthbound, Link to the Past, and then, of course, Smithy, to end the whole flippin' thing out. Dig, dig, dig. I remember how many times the first time I played through, I died on Smithy. So many times that I almost gave up. I think I didn't beat the game for like 6 months when I should have. Finally I did. They had a great ending. Kind of lose me on the parade, I'll be honest with you, but I like the photo montage. It's badass. And I wish, if this is a time machine, if this video is a time machine and you can go back to develop the game, change 2 things in the game. 1, level above 30. Amen, right? Part 2, you get to explore the world after the fact, and you can talk to everybody in this new dialogue. You can go everywhere again post-game. When games started catching on to post-game strategies, okay, then we got the counselor's corner where how do I defeat the Wampas? Just shoot them! Freaking idiots! How do I trip the walkers? Have you watched Star Wars? Okay. How much time we got? Challenge number 1. Here we go. You guys ready? Here we go! It says right there. And here we go. Here's another cool thing. When it was talking about Zelda 64, later became Later became Ocarina of Time. Cool stuff. You watching this up there still? Star Fox 64, was that not out yet? That's a game I was balling, man. No, I think I checked it. I was like on the leaderboard in the state, my score. I'm good at that. I'll post them sometimes. And that's it. That wraps it up. This is a 20-minute video looking at a magazine. I love you guys. Thanks for the support. If you've watched it this far, I really appreciate your support. I'm being serious, guys. I've been on YouTube for 10 years. I've just started taking it seriously lately. But my channel's pushing 1 million hits. Altogether, I have about 400 videos, and it's getting to 1 million hits. To me, that's a feat. To a lot of people are like, well, I get that on a video. And I understand that. I mean, amazing. You know, audiences are the audiences. Entertainment is subjective. I'll never put someone down for doing better than me, especially when it's so similar and it doesn't affect. If someone has an amazing channel, I have a crappy channel or a mediocre channel, the channels don't affect each other. So I like how people are out here and they're being creative and you have the opportunity to do all that you can do. Be your best, man. I make these videos mostly for me because I can vent to the camera or I can discuss these things, and I love editing and I love doing these things. So at the same time that I'm hopefully entertaining you, I can also entertain myself because I love doing this. Especially love talking about stuff like this. I like talking to you. I like interacting with people. So seriously, if you've stuck around for this long, thank you. Leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't. There'll be more videos like this, and I'm thinking about starting up a gaming channel by itself, so keep that in mind. That might happen. So alright guys, stay classy. I love you all individually. Mom, thanks for watching the video. I love you. Alright, signing off. Later days, guys.